What's up, Internet? My name is Michael Cook, this is Blue Giant Media, and we're here to connect through gaming. Today, we're going to set up and play through Orbis by Tim Armstrong and published by Space Cowboys. We're going to set the game up in real time so you can get a feel for how long it actually takes to set up, and so you can step along with me if you just got your copy. And then we're going to go through a couple rounds of play so you can get a feel for the rule set, see how it actually plays, and kind of the pacing of the game. And let's go ahead and ready, set, play. Orbis is a game where you are basically playing as a mythological, maybe possibly Greek god, and you are kind of building your own universe, and you're trying to see who can build the best universe. So to set the game up, you're going to go ahead, and we're going to set this up in real time as if we're playing a two-player game. So let's set that down there. You're going to start by grabbing, and you can start anywhere, but this is just where I'm going. You're going to have the god tiles here, which have great art on them, by the way. You're going to mix them up, and you're going to grab the number of players plus one. So this is a two-player game, so you're going to draw 3 of these. You're going to set them down. These will go kind of at the top of the play area. Put the rest in bags. You can set them aside or in the box. You can go ahead and take all these resources, dump them out. If you want, you can separate them. There's few enough of them that I never really feel the need to. I'm just going to separate out the kind of the cardboard tokens from everything else because they serve different functions. But for me, it's easy enough to reach over and just grab a color of these cubes. If you want to separate them, be my guest. But other than that, I kind of just separate these by type of what they are. These little infinity tokens, which count as kind of unlimited supply for each of those. And then on here, you're going to see in the corner, based off of the number of players, this says, I don't know if I can get it on there. Probably not. But it says down here that this is in play for either 4, 3, or 2 players. This is in play for 4 or 2 players. This is for 4, 4 or 3, and 3. So we're going to remove the ones that don't have a 2 on them. And we'll set these at the top. Those are kind of for endgame scoring. Then we're going to take these, and I've got them separated by which age they are for. But, let's see, so these are for the 3rd age. You can tell that because there are 3 stars down here in the corner. But we are going to separate some of these out. We are going to remove the ones for a 2-player game. We will be removing all of the ones that have either a white or a purple colored star in there. If you are playing a 3-player game, you would just remove the ones that have white stars on them and keep the ones that are purple and black. So go through here, make sure none of these have black stars on them. No, they don't. We'll go here, make sure that none of these have white or purple stars on them. No, they don't. And you'll go ahead and do that for all 3 of the different aged cards, and then you can set them in stacks. You can make them nice and neat and tidy if you want. For the sake of time, I will not be doing that right now. Go through the age 1 cards, and we'll do the same thing, separating out the ones that have 1 black star on them, and any of the ones that have purple or white stars will be removed. Okay. Of these, you're going to go ahead and turn them upside down, and you're going to deal out a 3x3 grid. 1, 2, 3, and the rest will go over here to get added on. That's going to be the beginning offer spaces that you can choose from. And last thing we'll do is grab all of the ones from age 2 and do the same thing we have done the previous set of cards. Remove all of the black and white starred cards, or tiles. All set. Shuffle those up, set them aside. And now you're ready to begin. So, whenever you are playing, let's see, whoever the active player is going to choose one of these that they want to get. And you're going to do everything kind of in a specific order, and it's going to matter basically for how you're going to get some of these, because sometimes you have to pay a cost. These beginning ones don't have any cost up in the top here. So what you're going to be doing, we'll go ahead and slide this down a little bit. So first thing you're going to do is you're going to choose one of these that you want. Let's say, for instance, I want this one right here. First thing I'm going to do then is generate worshippers. Worshippers are generated on anything that was adjacent to it, orthogonally, or right side to side, not diagonally. Since this is red, it will generate all the reds. Then, if there were any on this tile, which as you can see, some of them are going to get them, you would get to collect those. Then you would pay the cost. So sometimes if you have a tile that has a cost, but you don't have everything, but the stuff that you need to pay it is on the tile, you can still take it. So you can begin the turn without the worshippers that you need and still be able to get the tile. Once you get the tile, you're going to add it into your play area, and I'll go ahead and do this one over here. And I'll slide this stuff out of the way so that I have room to grow. Let's go ahead and place this here. Yeah, it looks visible. So then you're going to get basically the reward here in the corner. So this says I gain 1 red worshipper. Set that into my own supply, and you can have no more than 10 at the end of your turn. Then you're going to put a new one in here, and it goes to the next player's turn. And let's say this player goes ahead and grabs this one right here, and that is going to generate just 2 worshippers, and 1 for themselves. And this space is going to get refilled. So here's our first one that has a cost on it. You see up here at the top, it's going to cost 1 red and 1 blue. So now this player could grab, let's see, maybe they want to grab this one because it's got a red and a blue on it. So they get to first seed the area with more worshippers, 1, 2, 3, in each of those spaces, collect the ones off of it, set it into their area, and take the benefit listed on the corner. And now we start drawing from the next set of tiles, and you'll see the costs go up, and then now we're starting to see ones that are worth points. So now things are going to start to get a little bit more interesting because we have a little bit more interesting decisions to make. Because, let's see, well, just for the sake of making things move right along, this one is going to need green and red and yellow. So we can take, we'll go ahead and take this one for now. So that is going to put a green here and here. We get to take that yellow plus take another green and fill the space. So you can also, whenever you want, pass and take one of the 3 god tiles, which is going to give you an end game scoring and sometimes an immediate bonus. Like this one right here, it's going to be worth 1 point at the end of the game, and it's going to immediately give you any 5 worshippers of your choice. So some of them have immediate effects and end game scoring. Some of them just have end game scoring. Some of them have just immediate scoring. So each one of those is going to be a little bit different. And you can wait until the very end of the game and take whichever one's left, or if you kind of see what it is you're going for, or maybe you know you need a benefit right now to jumpstart things, then you can grab the ones that you want right then and there. So now I start to have a little bit more decisions. I'm going to take this tile, and I will first generate worshippers. Then I will get to collect worshippers. Then I will pay the cost and place this. And now here's the thing, I am allowed to play this here because it is above a yellow tile. This player could not play this one here because it does not have a yellow tile directly beneath. But what you could do instead is, if you take a tile you can't afford to pay for or don't want to pay for, you can flip it over. Now this counts as any color. So it can go above anything and anything can go above it, but it is worth -1 point at the end of the game. So not good to have those, but it does give you a little bit more flexibility. All right, so this one is going to go right here, and it's going to give 1 point at the end of the game, but it's also going to give me this right here, which basically means I no longer have to pay the cost for green worshippers for the rest of the game. All right, and it refills. And you'll continue doing this through the game until someone has built, well, everybody, each player builds something that is 5, then 4, then 3, then 2, and then the god tile goes capped off at the top. Then you'll go ahead and total points at the end of the game. Now, points are going to score a little bit differently for each one. The temples here, based off of whoever has the most of these little temple symbols, they will get to claim the most valuable one of these tiles, meaning 7 points. The one who has the fewest of them but still has to have at least one will get the last one. So in a 2-player game, you're either going to get 7-2 or none if you don't get any of these little temple symbols. Some of them are also going to do other kinds of different things right here. This one says when you take this one, you have to immediately kill 4 different worshippers off of the board here. If there aren't 4 there, then you don't get to do it, and that is going to, if you get it, you're going to leave this uncovered. It'll be worth 2 points at the end of the game. If you can't do it, you'll go ahead and cover it up with this token to show that you failed to complete that objective. All right, and then let's see what other colors we have. The green forest kind of tiles like to be next to tiles of other color. So this says you need to be adjacent to 3 tiles of either green or blue. Since it has to be above a green, that's kind of guaranteed that you're going to get 1. So you really just have to have 2 other, either another green or blue, 2 other green or blues anywhere around it. So 3 of the 6 sides must be touching either a green or a blue. The blue tiles want to be directly above a tile of the depicted color. So considering it has to be above a blue for one of them, the other tile that it is above must be the depicted color. So in this case, yellow. Must be above red. And also, as soon as you place this, since you can't place like this and then later put the red beneath it, if you don't satisfy it at the moment that you get it, you will again cover it up with one of these to negate the points for it. And let's get to the yellows here. Cover those, we covered those, we covered those. Where is a yellow? Here we go. This says you are going to get rid of 3 worshippers of any color from your personal supply, and that these do not count for. So you can get rid of any 3 that you have in your supply, and you'll get 3 points at the end of the game. If you fail to do so, cover it up. At the end of the game, you total up whoever has the most points is going to be the winner. And that's how you set up and play through Orbis by Tim Armstrong and published by Space Cowboys. If you want to know more about Orbis, take a look in the description section where you'll find an unboxing as well as a review, and then you'll also find a link there to macronovagames.com where you can buy Orbis and a whole bunch of other great games. If you have any other questions, maybe I missed something in the rules, maybe you just wanted some clarification, or just comments in general, please let me know in the comments section below. I'd love to connect with you. Until next time, I want to thank you so much for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe if you like what you see, and as always, have a wonderful day.